Racing games are one of my absolute favorite genres, right next to shmups. And RC Pro-Am was one of my favorite games of that genre. And I remember back in the day trying to spend hours upon hours trying to beat the game, then I eventually found out you cannot beat it. You get to the final track, and then it repeats on you. And if you ever want to test somebody's skill in a game, see if they're a true gamer, try handing them RC Pro-Am and a controller and seeing if they could even make it through the first stage. Because just like a flight sim, the controls, depending on where you're on the screen, you could be pushing up to move down and down to move up, and it could become very disorienting, very quick and fast. And the way this AI is programmed, there's a point in the game where there'll be one opponent that you race, and they'll literally just veer off from the rest of the pack right from the first few seconds of the game, and your only way to stop them is to have your rockets or bombs and take them out that way. Otherwise, they're just going to zip around the track and have 3 entire laps and win before you even get the first lap done. But this game was made by Rare, and you know them for making Donkey Kong Country and GoldenEye and such. And this game is part of the Rare collection on Xbox One. They have a good 30 games on there, and I'm going to do another video showing that. I mean, that was one of my main reasons for buying an Xbox One. I mean, it doesn't have GoldenEye and Wizards and Warriors due to licensing issues, but another game that they made on Nintendo was a RC Pro-Am / Gradius style game called Cobra Triangle. And this game is extremely hard, but unlike RC Pro-Am, this is actually beatable. But it requires several playthroughs and quite a bit of skill to get through. One thing that makes it really nifty is the Gradius style power-up system, as you see here on the bottom. You collect little power-ups and you can choose to add them at your leisure. So I'm going to add speed here. And not every track is the same either. There's quite a variety of stages. You may be doing a race mission like this on one track, an escort mission on another, a capture mission on another one. If I remember correctly, there's like 32 stages in this game. But one year I got Bio Billy and this as my birthday presents, and they're both 2 of the most difficult games I had, and I just played them and played them. And I was able to beat both, but even in this game, if you're fully powered up, that final boss is a complete challenge. It's also one of those games like Gradius where when you get the power-ups and such, there might be one little arc of power-ups that could be more convenient for you to use and more strategic than another one. That'd be akin to having a spread gun in Contra versus the laser. One is going to be easier to use than the other. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how the AI in this game works and manipulate it in the next stage. You think the quickest point to point would be a straight line. I have to capture these mines and take them to the disposal point. If I just try to drive straight like most people would, they're taken away from me. But if I manipulate the AI, grab one of these mines, I want to make sure I'm already going that direction. If I just do left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, this stage becomes extremely easy. So you can just do that left, right motion. And I'm going to show you a few other games that I love racing-wise. Speaking of RC Pro-Am, an obscure game on PlayStation 1 is called RC To Go. And if you want RC Pro-Am, here's RC Pro-Am on PlayStation 1. It plays every bit like RC Pro-Am, but it also has a really cool system like Gran Turismo where you can use your money to buy upgrades for your cars. And I do own the actual game. Most of these games I've been showing you, I do own on Road Disc. This is one of my favorite games on PlayStation 1. This game was RC to go, Wave Race, Hydro Thunder. I wonder if that's the same guy. It sounds so much like the guy who does the announcements for Hydro Thunder and Wave Race. I have to look that up and find out. I'm going into championship mode because that's where I get my money and upgrade my vehicle. You can actually unlock some cool vehicles as you play too.
Please input your name.
Now remember, if you're using save states on a game like this, I would recommend using Save State Manager so that you do not lose your saves. It's a great feature in Hackshi, so try to do that. Because you don't want to put a couple hours into a game and lose them. At least you have the way to back them up. Especially for Nintendo 64 games. But this is an extremely obscure game, and I highly doubt many of you even know about this game, but it's great. And you go through the tracks, you earn money, you can upgrade your vehicle, and you even have some stages with like snow and rain and such. And of course, like a game like Gran Turismo, when you first start out, you may end up in third place and just have to slowly but surely grind your way up to first place when you get an engine upgrade or a turbo upgrade. But if you have a little bit of experience playing a game like this, like RC Pro-Am, it's easier to adapt to. As of right now, I don't have to do any kind of drifting. The first track's easy enough where I don't have to do any power slides, drifting, or such. They have games like this on Neo Geo too. I'll have to show you those in another video. I like how it's targeting the opponents. It's almost like I just want to have a rocket launcher lock onto them like in Wipeout. I remember Wipeout being one of my favorite racing games when PlayStation first came out. It was supposed to be a launch title. And then I remember having to wait to like November. The system came out in September, then I had to wait all the way to November for the game to even come out. Now there's another racing game I'm going to show you. This one is like a Gran Turismo flying game. It's another obscure game that a lot of people may not have even seen or heard of ever. This one is called InGen Racing. And you do like you're literally a plane, and you could earn upgrades like you do in Gran Turismo. So I've always considered this a flying Gran Turismo game. It's a great game. I said, when you have certain genres like shmups and racing games that are not necessarily the most popular genres, you end up looking for obscure games to try to fill in the void when you don't have games coming out left and right like for other systems. But this is a cool as hell game. I mean, this and RC to Go, they were just great games. And right now I'm moving fairly slow. But once you start getting your upgrades, this game flies. And look, this is Superman 64 done right. But this game you could easily knock a few hours into once you get the upgrades going and you get to the more challenging set levels. And you can change your view too if you want to. But InGen Racing, you could do like a career mode basically, and you could earn money, upgrade your planes, get new planes. It's a phenomenal game, and you could easily dump a good 6 hours into this, just playing all the way through it. Last one I'm going to show you is an oddity. And this is something I happened to discover completely by chance on TurboGrafx 16. This game's called Final Lap Twin. It is a racing game, but within this game, there's a special mode that is really unique, and there's only one other game I've seen that had a mode like this, also on TurboGrafx 16. That was called World Court Tennis. So you have a tennis game and a racing game. And they have the racing and the tennis mode, but there's another mode within these games that I'm going to show you. There's a quest mode. So you basically have a mini RPG with the ability to do racing or play tennis. So that's really cool. I wish they made more games like this. So when you get into your encounters in the overworld map, you're literally having tennis matches or racing matches depending on which of these games you play, and you get upgrades and such. It's a really cool gimmick, and that would have been awesome if you had a game like Tecmo NBA on Nintendo and you had a quest mode. I think Hit the Ice for Nintendo, the game that was unreleased, a prototype, that also has a quest mode. But look at this. I mean, you literally have a racing game with a quest mode. So if you like racing games and you like RPGs, you got both of them mishmashed together in a really cool way. See, I'm in the overworld and I have an encounter. I ran into Fast Frank. Now I get to race him. I think this is cool as hell. Of course, I pushed the wrong button when I started racing. Between B and A, you end up pushing the one that goes reverse or brake by accident. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll display more racing games in a follow-up video.